This guy's off the field antics of a criminal nature kind of hurt him with the fans. A very talented guy, but Major League Baseball and most media in Canada and the States didn't really want to touch him literally because of the amount of negativity he was involved with, especially with women. And we're not going to talk too much about that, but just suffice it to say, we will touch upon it. But I want to talk mostly about his career because to me, he is one of the most underrated players for the Astros ever, and he had the stats to prove it. Cesar Cedeno. Now, Cesar Cedeno and Castillon is an American former pro baseball player and coach. He played in Major League Baseball as a center fielder from 70 to 86, most probably as a member of the Astros, where he helped the franchise win its first ever National League West Division title and postseason berth in 1980. Of course, they made the postseason in the 80s as well, after 1980. The four-time All-Star player combined speed and power to become one of the best all-around athletes of his era. He set the standards for Major League outfielders in the early 70s by winning 5 consecutive Gold Gloves between 72 and 76. Born in Santo Domingo, February 25th, 51, he became the second player in Major League Baseball history to hit 20 home runs and steal 50 bases in one campaign, and the only major leaguer to do so in 3 consecutive seasons. He also played for the Reds, the Cardinals, and the Dodgers. After his playing career ended, he spent several years as a minor league hitting instructor for the Astros and Expos Nationals organizations. In 2020, he was inducted in the Houston Astros Hall of Fame. Cedeno still holds the Astros team record for career stolen bases more than 40 years after last playing for the squad. Now, signed by the Astros as an amateur in 67, a free agent, Cedeno debuted on June 20, 1970 at 19. His .310 batting average his rookie season in 1970 allowed him to finish 4th in Rookie of the Year voting honors. The next campaign, he led the major leagues in doubles. On September 2nd of that year, he hit the unusual home run against the Dodgers at the Astrodome with the bases loaded. He hit a blooper that dropped between a right fielder and second baseman, who collided with one another as the ball rolled away. Cedeno and the rest of his teammates scurried quickly to reach home plate for a rare inside-the-park grand slam. The following season, he stirred in the MLB. He again led the league in doubles, but and also in the majors. Batting .320 in both 72 and 73. In 72, he hit 22 home runs, had 55 stolen bases, and again led the league in doubles. He won a Gold Glove award that season as well. Houston manager Lee DeRocher once compared Cedeno to Willie Mays, saying at 22, Cedeno is as good or better than Willie was at the same age. Now, possessing a rare combination of power, blazing speed, and good defense, he became the second man in Major League history after Lou Brock in 67 to hit 20 homers and steal 50 bases in one campaign. He accomplished the feat 3 years in a row, 72 to 74, making him the only player in Major League history to do so. Further, he stole 50-plus bases the next 3 years, 55 and 77, twice led the league in double, 71 and 72, and had 102 RBIs in the 74 campaign. He would finish in the top 10 of stolen base leaders from 71 to 78 and again in 1980. His 550 stolen bases ranked 27 all-time as of a couple of years ago. A winner of 5 consecutive Gold Glove awards, 72 to 76 inclusive. He appeared in 4 All-Star games, 72, 74 inclusive, and 76, and was a contender for the National League MVP in 72. In the All-Star game of that year, he bet out Roberto Clemente for the starting National League position. Cedeno also hit for the cycle in both 72 and 76. Now, he recorded his 1,000th career hit on July 2nd, 76 against the Reds, doing so in a single against Pat Zachary, which was the second of 4 hits he recorded in the game, including a 14-inning home run to help boost the Astros to a 10-7 win. Now, on September 9th, 1981, while playing at Atlanta Stadium, Cedeno entered the stands to confront a heckler. No punches were thrown and no charges were filed, but Cedeno was ejected from the game and immediately suspended as a result. On September 11th, Cedeno was fined $5,000 by National League President Chub Feeney, but received no further suspension, as Cedeno apologized to the fan on the phone and in writing, which Feeney cited as mitigating circumstances. Now, on December 18th, 1981, Cedeno was traded to the Reds for Ray Knight. At the time of his departure from the Astros, he was the team's all-time leader in games played, runs, hits, doubles, and stolen bases. Now, Cedeno played in 138 games to begin his Reds career, batting .289 with 142 hits, with 16 stolen bases while walking, striking out 41 times each. His next few years would be shaky with the Reds as he played a combined 291 games over the next three campaigns, which had peaks of a 291 batting average in 85 and lows of 232 and 83. He would have more strikeouts than walks in each season as well, after doing so 9 times in his 12-year career with Houston. Now, he collected his 2,000 career hit on April 28, 85, doing so in the fifth inning against Mike Krukow of the Giants. This made him the fifth member of the Reds on the roster to be part of the 2,000 hit club, which included Rose, Perez, Concepcion, and of course, Buddy Bell. Now, on August 29, 85, in a very interesting deal, he was traded to the Cardinals for Mark Jackson. In the pennant race with St. Louis, he hit .434 with 6 home runs in 28 games and arguably provided the necessary power for his new team. He outpaced the surging Mets to reach the playoffs. With only 1 month left in the season, Cedeno had the Cardinals' longest hitting streak during the 85 campaign. He then played at first base to replace the injured Jack Clark in the final regular season games and played the outfield in the playoffs to help replace the injured Vince Coleman, who was almost killed by a tarp. He finished combined 85 season by playing in 111 games with 291 average and 14 stolen bases. Cedeno was eventually granted free agency on November 12, 85. He then signed with the Dodgers and played his final game on June 2nd, 86. Now, in between, Cedeno played 6 seasons for the Estrellas Orientales Club of the Dominican Winter League and reinforced the Tigres del Licey in the 72 Caribbean Series. He later played with the Gold Coast Suns of the Senior Professional Baseball Association in its inaugural 89 season. Now, in 17 campaigns, he played in 2,006 games, compiled a .285 batting average on 87 hits, with 436 doubles, 60 triples, 109 home runs, 976 RBIs, 550 stolen bases, 664 walks, a 34.7% on-base percentage, and a .443 slugging percentage. In 17 postseason games, he hit only .173, but played first base in all 3 outfield positions and recorded a .985 fielding percentage. Now, after retiring, Cedeno has been both a fielding and hitting coach in Dominican and Venezuelan winter leagues. He also serves as a coach for the rookie-level Gulf Coast League fire team of the Washington Nationals before being let go in 2009. Now, after that, he served as hitting coach for the Greenville Astros of the Appalachian League. Now, this is where it gets a little bit rough in his life. On December 11, 1973, when he was 22, he was involved in an incident in his native Dominican Republic in which a gun discharged in a motel room, killing a 19-year-old woman who was in the room with him. Authorities said Cedeno and the woman were drinking and playing with a gun when the gun fired, killing the woman. He was initially charged with voluntary manslaughter and held in prison without bail, while his lawyers negotiated for a reduction of the charge to involuntary manslaughter. He was held for 20 days before he was released on bail. He was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter and fined, get this, $100. Cedeno's reputation with fans suffered greatly for the remainder of his career, and he thereafter never achieved a popularity with fans commiserating with his formidable on-field production. Now, in 92, Cedeno was also charged with battery in Orlando, Florida, in an incident involving his then pregnant girlfriend, Pamela Lemon. This followed the 88 incident involving Lemon, in which Cedeno was charged with assault, causing bodily injury, and resisting arrest. Now, we're going to look at these rough stats, which kind of tell the whole story. And very interesting how this played out, because the first, for majority of the 1970s, again, he was a doubles and a stolen base demon. From between 70 and 1979, just the stolen bases, 17, 20, 55, 56, 57, 50, 58, 61, 23, injury shortened season, 54, and of course, 23, 30, and 48. His speed kind of went down when he went to Cincinnati, but again, he was getting upwards of 10 to 15 stolen bases per campaign. Now that Cincinnati, the numbers were there, 84, 10 home runs, 47 RBIs. Best campaign for me, I think it was in 74, 26 homers, 102 RBIs, 57 stolen bases, and again, a .269 average. hit over 300 four times, and he had the shortened one with St. Louis with 434 in 76 at bats. It's kind of weird he didn't stay with St. Louis, and this is how it goes. 12 years with Houston, 778 RBIs, 163 homers, and 487 stolen bases. Now, he's never going to get in the Hall of Fame because obviously he did make the postseason a few times, but he's off-field peccadillos and different stuff. But for most of the 1980s, twice with Houston and once with St. Louis, he was in, like I said, the pennant race. And it's just that his temper got the worst of him in certain key situations. But I think Cedeno, just like Enos Cabell, his teammate, the Astros at the time, only had so many what do you call power people, and he was power at the plate and power on the base paths. And like I said, with a better team like Expos or Yankees or Boston, who knows what might have happened. But like I said, a pure hitter, typical Dominican hitter. You don't have to teach them how to hit. They are hitters from the moment they're born, and he's one of the best of all time. But again, he kind of falls in the level of respect because anybody hits a pregnant woman, I mean, come on, it's not going to end well because people tend to remember that. That's what I'm saying. And I don't want to diminish his skills, but like I said, I can praise him, but not praise him because as an individual, he should have made better choices. Who knows? Maybe if he would have did, he would have won a World Series in someplace else. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story of the great Cesar Cedeno. If you like what you're doing here with our Houston Astro Vintage podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.